Hi fellow birdies, and welcome back to another edition of Mr. Songbyrd's Writing Mukbang. Today, I'll be giving a little progress report. First though, here's my grilled cheese sandwich and some tomato soup. Definitely a good meal, I'll say that. I mean, it's a classic for a reason, I suppose, but always nice when it's well executed. Yeah. For those who may remember, a couple weeks ago we finished NaNoWriMo, probably 3 weeks ago now. Let's see. Since then, I'm currently on pause as far as working on, the second book of the Path of Magi series. Although I'm going to be starting that probably next week, after Christmas. One thing my writing coach recommended is after you finish, the first round of, rough drafts and stuff, give it some time to review it. Give it time before you review it again. Which, it makes sense, and I'll explain why in just a moment. Now, as a writer, it's very easy to see what you think you wrote and not what's actually on the page. Because, how should I put it? It's like, if I were to say A, B, C, you'd expect me to follow with D. Because that's the mental, training, essentially. Same point when it comes to editing. It's very easy to go, okay, I wrote, I like the taste of pizza, and not realize that you actually wrote, I licked the taste of pizza, for example. So that's the reason one for the delay. I have been working in the meantime and writing, but haven't been pushing too far on those ones yet. Additionally, on the other story I've been working on, I wanted to give him the chance to review because I'd gone like 20,000 words ahead of him. And I wanted to give him the chance to catch up. Now he has, so I'll be working on that some, and starting next week I'll be working more on the Path of Magi. Now one thing I'm going to try to start doing, which I've been resistant to for a while, but I'm going to start, tracking my stats, not just on a generalized basis, but like every time I write a 10-minute, session, I'm going to record, okay, how much did I write, what category was it, what story, etc. Because, at least when I was in compliance, there's a saying that what gets measured gets managed, which is probably a pretty well-known saying. And if I want to maximize my speed in writing, maximize the quality of my writing, then I need to be tracking. Plus, I'm pretty good with spreadsheets, so it's nice to be able to make use of that, skill. Now, I'm currently thinking of doing this maybe once or twice a month. Next week will be a, writing lesson. I've already recorded it. This one based off of a topic that someone mentioned in one of the comments of how you describe emotions. I'll be doing that, like I said, next week. I'll post it next week, like I said. Which I gotta say was a very interesting question. She also had some other questions about stuff, but I shouldn't go into it. Like, I'm gonna be posting it next week, so you just gotta wait a little bit. Don't worry, you'll see it soon. That said, if there's anything you'd like to hear me talk about as far as writing goes, feel free to let me know in the comment section below, and I'll give it a good think over it. Like I said, I'll definitely consider it. That's what I'm trying to say. What I'd like to ideally reach the point of is getting the NaNoWriMo speed I was achieving without the NaNoWriMo work I was doing. As in, I'd like to get to the point that I can, crank out 1,800 words per hour. In order to do that, I need to be testing things and seeing the results. And that's going to take some time. But first step, I need to be tracking. Then I can work on improving. What? Now, as far as stories go, I personally like to, write fantasy a lot, but there are other Indian genres I'm, open to. Now, what was one other question I wanted to go over? Someone asked me a question once, which I have tried writing some, and I basically, I can do, a little bit of romance, but I'm not as good as I'd like, to be. Let's say some things I'm, implementing, just some minor things. How should I put this? I'm trying to remove ing from my vocabulary when possible. I mean, you can't always do it, but there's a difference between he dodged and counterattacked versus dodging and counterattacked. I think that pretty much covers the main things I wanted to go over. But, like I said, I'll be doing a similar one next month. And I hope you, enjoyed this one and look forward to the next one. And we'll have more to report as far as progress goes. But for now, I shall let you go. And I hope you have a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year. Until next time, bye folks.